Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the What Boys Talk About podcast. My name is Wallace.
I'm Ben.
How are you?
Good, mate. Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Any updates, any news, anything that you want to tell us?
Not really. You built out like some big announcement then.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. But the one bit of good news that I've got is that finally there might
Coming out of the closet? Or?
Oh, get out! I've already fucked it. No, I'm not coming out the closet. That was quite funny though.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Snappy.
No, the gym's finally reopening. Not that I'm gonna go, but you might go.
It's great news.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember hearing like the other day something like we're gonna just go back into tier 3, which would be a bit shit.
Yeah.
If we're just going into tier 3, because other than, I mean, I'm made up with the gyms. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think the fact we've had a month, will have had a month in lockdown, and then before that, however many weeks in tier 3.
Yeah.
And they're still not opening pubs, bars.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Well, no, they're saying they are now, aren't they?
Oh, are they? Oh.
Like, yeah, over Christmas and stuff. But again, that's all a load of shit. But the most important thing, I think, for people's mental health and everything that we talk about and all that, is to be able to go out and exercise and do whatever you need to do. Like, I recovering from COVID, lost a bit of weight, and finally my body's stopped looking like a bag full of cake.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm starting to get to a point now, so I'm going to go to the gym and try and tone up a little bit.
Yeah.
Say all this shit, lad, and I never do.
Yeah.
But I will go out and I will play footy 3 times a week.
Exactly, mate.
Like I'm known to, and that's the most important thing. And golf courses and everything opening up.
It's horses for courses, isn't it? I mean, me and my mate were talking about this the other day the other week in the gym, saying like to go as often as we do, like every day.
Ooh.
You have to pretty much be on the spectrum on some level. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's true because it's definitely not for everyone because you're not getting much feedback, are you? Like footy, golf, you see yourself getting better.
It's a little bit of competitiveness. No, but you see that with the gym, though, can't you? Because if you go in, and then. I
know, but there's not much nuance to it. I mean, you could get a chimp to go in there and do it, couldn't you? Let's be honest.
I think a lot of people like the idea of it and are happy going 3 or 4 times a week, aren't they?
Yeah. Whereas
to be going almost twice daily like you were doing, I do get your point. But that's your thing, isn't it? I'd go and play footy every day if I could.
Yeah, exactly.
Do
you know what? When I used to play 5-a-side, it was like nothing made me ache so much coming away from a game of 5-a-side or whatever. More than the gym, more than boxing, more than anything I've ever done.
Yeah, did you use the box?
But I've got to get it in there. Every episode is the goal, really. But yeah, I've been playing like even just an hour of footy 5-a-side. I would literally be hobbling off because it would just completely fuck me. It's so. Like it's so taxing, isn't it, on every part of your body? Yeah.
Especially when you're not in the best physical shape. I'm not saying that you weren't, but not in the best physical shape and fitness wise and stuff like that. Exactly. But if you're playing every day, then you get used to these little aches and stuff. Because I'm the same. Like I can go and play like 3 times in 4 days and be fine, and then
mad.
Yeah.
No, could never do that. Feet covered in blisters, hobbling. Just couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, that's because you are a fanny, isn't it?
Is it? Oh.
Even in your boxing, lad, you didn't take your head guard off. You little girl.
Regulation. So
yeah, alright.
You got it.
Right, we were talking before, weren't we, about that Billy Moore?
Yes.
We were listening to some podcast about him. I've heard snippets of, that James English?
Yeah.
I've heard snippets of his one, but you've watched the True Geordie one, haven't you?
Yeah, we shouldn't give all the podcast names yet.
Yeah.
Until we get
we should call him something different, like James Pooglish.
Yeah, exactly.
And, well, the True Geordie has got a lot of shit to do with poo, so we should probably leave that one out. Then we're going to get sued straight away.
Well, you admitted to it, didn't you?
Yeah.
I'm sure there was...
It's a bit of a mad kink, really, that, isn't it?
It is, really.
What's your kink, lad?
My kink?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we can say this early into the pod, to be honest. We'll see how it goes.
Is it leather gloves and sharp knives? It is, isn't it?
I don't even know what that means.
Serial killer.
Serial killer. Brought the tone right down with that, haven't you? No, it is a bit of a mad one. I mean, it's a bit snardy from the girl to sort of screenshot it all.
But that's what comes with fame and success. This is why we'll have to be so careful.
We'll have to be so careful.
Yeah, we'll have to not talk about anything untoward to anybody.
Which is going to be very difficult.
Who knows what might get leaked.
Yeah. So what did he actually say in them messages?
He was just like proper being a simp, wasn't he? And trying to get...
Well, it was a bit more than being a simp.
No, I know, but like the way he was talking to her and that, and it was like, oh please, just shit on the table, and rub it in and all that. That was my best Geordie accent, I don't know. It's a bit shit really. It
sounded like... I don't know what it sounded like.
I know. I do apologise to the whole 6-7 listeners.
What was he... Wasn't he saying about like dildos and all that?
Yeah, he wanted everything, didn't he?
Yeah, he wanted the full 9 yards. Or 9 inches in this case.
That was the joke. Don't you think it's so mad that someone with such like a... because he's massive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like a big rugby player,
yeah.
Isn't he?
And you wouldn't want to fucking mess with him, would you? And
I'd be alright.
Only if you had your head guard on. But like, for someone so big and so like... looks so hard to be doing something
like on the other end of the scale.
Yeah, it's mad. You'd expect them to be like donkey punching girls and stuff rather than...
That can be the way though, isn't it? Like, I mean, from what I understand, because you know when you see on Channel 4 and that all these programmes, like there was one the other week, like The Oldest Dominatrix and all that.
No.
Yeah, which I obviously watched, and they tend to say that is the main clientele because it's like the thrill of that role reversal because they're so used to being in
they're the dominators.
Exactly, yeah. And now to have that taken away is
the thrill.
So believe nothing to do.
That lifting boxing. No, it is mad. You see like a load of like men. You see like these people that get caught out. And this is what we were talking about on the last episode about men being like traditionally they're the horny ones, and you see like people in power getting fucking pictures taken of them dressed like a baby with a fucking strap on up their arse. It's like, you know what I mean?
Who was the boxer? I mean, I love to always bring boxing up and that, but it was like...
Do you know anything else?
No, literally the most one-dimensional cunt alive. Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah. You seen the photo of him?
No.
We'll pull that up now. Yeah, I'll show you. He's basically in like a one-piece fishnet thing. Can do, yeah.
Oh my god.
So...
Well, he must be into it then, mustn't he? Because that's more than one picture as well.
Yeah, that's multiple instances there, isn't it? So
that's insane. But that Alex Reid done it as well, didn't he?
Yeah, remember? Katie Price's.
Yeah, he came out and said that he was into it, didn't he?
Yeah. Which is again, it plays into the thing, doesn't it?
You're not gonna say anything to them, are you?
Still, probably not. No, even if they were dressed up. To be honest.
Yeah, but they've got weapons then, haven't they? Stilettos and that. Never mess with a girl in stilettos. Like that's the basic rule of thumb, isn't it?
Yeah, very true. Yeah, bit of a weird one.
Yeah, not for me. Like shit and cross-dressing and that. Well, they're saying that my half fella. No, honestly, my half fella loves getting dressed up. Loves it. Not like that. Not in like a sexual way, but like if. Not in a sexual way, but if he...
You've got some explaining to do for the listeners to this.
He won't be listening, lad. He can barely work his mobile, let alone anything else. He, whenever we go away or anything, he's always just dresses up like a woman. Always, like, do you know when you go to like the entertainment clubs on holiday and like Tenerife for it's always like he always just finds a way to come dress as a woman. Like we went to something years ago. And it was
is this serious?
You're hand on heart, hand on heart.
Having me off it?
No, we went to one years ago, and it was like a woman's only competition. So he went and dressed up as a woman, like, and he got involved. He entered, yeah, but they made him use left hand or something, yeah.
They made him
use his left hand, so there he had enough because he's right-handed.
For what?
For any of the activities, not anything sexual, lad. You're obsessed, you lad. Do you want me to give you this number?
It's like it's like you're coming up with all these euphemisms, like oh, we could only use his left hand. And then for what?
Right, let's move on before I incriminate the Arthur anymore. So what are you saying about Billy Moore?
Billy Moore. It was interesting. It was an interesting story. He's lived a very colourful life, shall we say. Not in that way. Again, we can't get off the topic, can we? Anyway, no, quite the character. Grew up round your neck of the woods. I think he was from Toxteth, Netherton, something like that.
Yeah, well, they're miles apart.
Toxteth and...
Netherley.
I can't remember the place. Can't remember. But he said on the cusp, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, rough upbringing. Same old usual story. Boring, to be honest. Not really.
Sorry, because you grew up in a fucking castle. Mummy, put the door down for the moat, quick! The horse and carriage can't get across water!
And he basically, I think he was like, not up to much around here, and then in and out of jail, and then he fucked off to Thailand, backpacking. And then the lads he went with or whatever were like, we're going back, and he was like, fuck, I'm staying out here, class around here. Got nicked, put in the Thai prison, which doesn't seem like a good day out, I have to be honest. Like they didn't seem to have like cells. Like I watched the film just before, and it just seemed like one long
corridor,
dormitory. Do you know what I mean? And like they're all sleeping on each other.
What did he go to prison for?
I think it was possession of a gun or something like that. But he says like when the police raided his flat, he had like little bags of drugs, and he said he fucking, before they got in, stuffed them all up his arse, and then got arrested, and then had to, I don't know if he got away with that actually, or they got caught or whatever, but yeah, shoved a load of drugs up his arse.
Yeah.
So again, not great. But yeah, and he said in this big, where they're all sleeping, like everyone's on like a fucking slave ship, basically. The fella next to him, he woke up and he was leaning on this fella, turned out to be dead.
Oh fuck.
And it's just like, oh my god, how the fuck do you, how could anyone...
How long ago was this?
Maybe like mid 2000s, something
so
like that.
Not even
2006, 7,
wow.
Something like that. Yeah, and
that's mental.
Yeah,
that is mental.
Yeah, and it's just horrible, mate.
Wouldn't fancy that, would you?
He said the food they get was just like some mad catfish soup, and he didn't. Obviously, I think he on the podcast he talked about in his, he had like he got the head. He just seen the fish head bobbing up.
Oh lad!
And he was like, "No, I'm not having that." And then some little Thai fella fucking went, "I'll have that," and like sucked all of the brains out of his head. He was loving it.
Mate. Mad, isn't it? When like the different cultures of food.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like when you go to, or like when you see, not that I've been to China, but when you see like the way Chinese people eat, they don't let anything go to waste, do
no.
they? Like chickens, feet, and
cockroaches.
But that was all because there was like a massive famine, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And then they just ate whatever they could.
And they just fucking went for it, didn't they?
And now there's not a famine, so they need to stop it, mate, because it's dangerous. It
and
really
what's
is
happened?
Dangerous. Exactly. Well, we can't be sure.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's grim. But like, where's the best place you've been, like for food?
Country-wise?
Yeah. Although you haven't been away for years, you have, yeah?
No, not really.
But surely that butler must do you some good food.
Italy, I would say. Italy. Oh God. I mean, went Florida years ago as a kid.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know it's not like culturally.
No,
you
but America does great food.
They do great food.
Yeah.
Like,
well, when we go to Vegas, that's when we'll know that there's some good food, mate.
That's yeah.
You've
been before, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been twice, mate. The best place on the planet.
Do you reckon?
The best place on the planet. I would say that the best place for food for me was Mexico. I loved Mexico.
Yeah.
And then I went to Cuba the year later, and that was awful. Really bad, yeah. I thought it'd be dead good.
For food or just in general?
No, well, in general, really. It's just dead poor, isn't it? But the food itself was just a lot of fish and a lot of like rice. I'm not really into rice, yeah. And then like jerk, chicken, well not jerk, but like that type of food, like
goat.
Yeah, chicken, like drumsticks in like a big pat a big pot of rice. And it's just not for me. Not really into it.
It can be a bit full on, can't it?
I
don't quite like stuff like that. Is it really? Yeah. So when you went to Vegas, how long did you go for? First and second time?
First time I went for 5 days, and the second time I went for a week. But like a week's enough. Do you know what I mean? You can't go any longer than a week. No, mate, you'd die genuinely. Like, it's just, especially us. Everyone that's listening.
Any good brothels?
Well, actually, in actual fact, it's local rumour that at the bottom of every hotel there's like a brass house, and then so you'll ring them because it's Sin City, innit? It's mad how they just like people are just walking around. So the first year I went with me mum and dad. Yeah. Because it was for me 21st.
Party time.
Yeah. So the first year I went with my mum and dad, and I was walking down the street holding both their hands like in the middle of them, and there's like people walking over to you, like flicking these cards with like prostitutes on, saying like, well, like escorts and that. Give them both to me and my half fella, and my mum's just standing there like, you know, like with my husband and my son, and so they just don't care. But apparently at the bottom of every hotel is a brass house, so you'll ring them and they'll be like, oh yeah, they'll be with you in 2 minutes.
Wow.
And it's just like straight up the lift into your room, and then you go up her lift.
Yeah.
Or his, if you're that way inclined.
We've talked enough about that this podcast already, I think.
There was a lad I was on a training course with years ago, and he said that he ended up. See, I don't know how true it is because people just make shit up, don't they? Yeah. But you have to be dead careful when you go. A few of them. When you go there, because like the people come over, so you'll be gambling and that, and people will come over and just start talking to you, and you think that you're in, and like you're talking to these women, and they're like, obviously they're just unbelievable because that's what they're supposed to be like, isn't it? So this Northern Irish fella, he couldn't understand a fucking word he said. Yeah. A little bit like this podcast. So yeah, he said that this woman was talking to him, and that in the end, one thing led to another, and he ended up going upstairs. And she was like, no, you need to give me €400. And he was like, what for? And she was like,
what is this?
In Vegas.
Euros?
Dollars, yeah, sorry.
That sounded really pedantic, didn't it?
And you've fucked it now. So back to the start. No, so yeah, you had to give him $400, and he was like, no chance. And this is where I understand. I fully believe that, but he goes, no, I'm not paying you. And she was like, right, well, do you just want to fuck me anyway? And then he was like, yeah. So
I don't think it works as a business model, that does it, to be honest.
Yeah, she's lost out on 400 quid.
400 quid? No, fair enough. Shag anyway.
So yeah, but obviously we're both in committed relationships, so we won't be doing any of that when we go to Vegas. But it's
a long way off yet, though. You never know.
You know, I honestly, I'd say it was the best place on the planet, like bar none.
It's just like a playground.
Yeah, adults' playground, definitely. Like they say, don't they? It's Sin City. Yeah. You can do everything there, but it's not even just gambling or just ale that you can do. There's so much more to it.
Yeah. You were showing me that jet thing.
Yeah, you can
experience.
Dogfight, yeah. You can dogfight. How amazing is that? I mean, it's a few quid. Like, you've got to be.
How would you not?
Well, I don't know. I don't know whether you have to. You must have to have some sort of experience, or unless there's a pilot covering it, we'll add it in, and we'll put like the price list in and everything like that. But I don't know whether you have to be like already qualified, which wouldn't really make any sense because there's not many of them, is there? Or you're with a pilot, because it's all like lasers and that, so you fire the lasers.
Well, there we go. Any excuse to talk about Star Wars, isn't it?
Oh, sure.
Fucking hell. There we go.
Just to make it clear, I've never seen Star Wars. I think it's like one of them things where you're overcompensating because you love it, lad. You go and show the fucking listeners your lightsaber, lad. You've bought a lightsaber, I know you have.
Oh my god.
Madness.
No, that is one thing that, I mean, everyone's got their hobbies, haven't they? But
yeah, but you like Lord of the Rings, mate. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't mean like watching them, but like collecting all the gear and that.
Yeah, going out dressed like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a few people like that as well, isn't there?
And these conventions, mate, Comic-Con. They need to go.
You've been. I know you've been. Like, you've been in your Spider-Man outfit, haven't you?
Mate, I couldn't think of anything worse. Can you imagine the stink?
The smell, yeah. I was just going to say, Cheetos and salmon
mate,
from the fella's dicks. Like, yeah.
Horrible.
I can't imagine that to be great.
Horrible.
But, I don't know, it must be, they must enjoy it, mustn't they?
Well, they must do, mate.
There was one in Liverpool a couple of years ago, wasn't there? Yeah.
No,
I didn't go. Was I organising it? I'd organise it, like, get a few quid, don't you? But,
really?
Nah,
I wouldn't know.
It's a massive market, lad.
Is it?
Well, you should surely know from when you used to do the comic books, when you used to collect them. Like Bart Simpson.
I've never fucking had a comic in my life, mate. I've never.
Well, no, that's only because you used to get the butler to read them all for you. Pascal, read the comic now. Daddy, fire Pascal, he can't read. Mad.
Fucking hell.
Did you watch any of the boxing over the weekend?
Yeah.
Did you see Conor Ben, mate?
I did. Oh, well, I saw the tail end of it, but very impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that other guy fought. Yeah. What was he called? Less something. I don't know. I'm trying to guess.
Yeah. Fremelli? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was Fremelli, wasn't it?
Fremelli.
Something like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
He was tough, like.
Yeah, he had a
few
chin
digs
on him, like, didn't he?
Yeah. And it's mad now because you can proper hear the digs
without the crowd in there.
Yeah, without the crowd.
How good was it without Bellew there, like?
Fucking boss, mate. Yeah.
How many messing?
Just in case.
How many messing if he is listening? Yeah.
No, yeah, it is. I mean, we've spoken enough about.
Yeah.
Bellew.
Yeah. Right.
But no, it was very good. Thingies this weekend, innit? Dubois, Joyce.
Yeah.
Be watching that.
Yeah.
That'll be a good scrap, that.
As I said, I'm proper armchair. If it's on, I'll watch it, but I don't know too much about them, so I'll let you take the floor here for your one and only subject that you can talk about.
Yeah, pretty well. Even then, it's not going to be particularly impressive.
Well, no, because you're 2-0, aren't you? So you've got to have some sort of pull.
We do need to get that in every episode, I think.
Isn't KSI 2-0?
Let's make it happen. I think it's the natural.
Somebody's own must go.
Yeah.
So is Mayweather, though, so.
I'm actually better than Mayweather.
Yeah?
Not Mayweather.
You said Mayweather,
know,
so.
I'm not better than Mayweather.
You're not better than the best boxer to ever live.
No, not yet. That could be the title for the podcast. I'm better than Mayweather. Dubois, Joyce. I think it'll be a good scrap. I think Dubois edges it for me. And I think it'll be a knockout. I think you'll see a big knockout win. I think Joyce is good. Solid. Great work rate. Like he's got some fucking engine on him. He will just carry on. Go and go and go and go. But I just think he's too stiff. Dead robotic.
Yeah.
Like he can, yeah, pretty much. He can wear people down, but I just think Dubois has just
got too much for him.
Yeah,
that thingy fight the other day, the Conor Ben fight. I don't know if you heard it, but like in between rounds, you can hear the fella's mouth like racketing or like his nose. So he must have broke his nose because he was just the amount of digs he took to it.
The breathing was a bit.
Yeah, but I just don't understand how.
I also broke my opponent's nose, my white collar. So carry on.
Did you?
Yeah.
So what's the record for the white collar? White collar, so it's not even amateur.
Not even amateur?
Well, no, it's not, is it?
Not even amateur? You slagging off amateur boxing though? Oh,
no, I'm saying amateur boxing's better than white collar. I can go and do white collar with no training whatsoever. You take it something like serious. Having the Rocky music on before the fight.
Custom trunks, mate. Spent 800 quid on gloves and trunks.
Yeah.
Didn't really. Viewers, listeners.
A big Union Jack mouth guard, didn't you? No, but I don't understand though, because that was I've seen all of the fight, and it was in like the 4th round.
Yeah.
That his breathing started going mad. So for another 6 rounds, you've got to cope with a broken nose. Obviously, I know the pain is not as mad when you're fighting because of your adrenaline and stuff. But every dig he's taken is going to make it worse and worse and worse. Feel sorry for him. I couldn't do it, mate. Don't know how anyone does it. You'd have to be tapped, mate. You'd have to be.
We're mad. I'm going to stop saying that now.
No, you're
People
not,
are just going to think I'm a complete godshot.
Well,
if they don't already.
Yeah. I can't even talk about the sport that I play because no one's interested. I play quite...
Tiddlywinks, isn't it? That's your professional fucking Pokemon. I think that's
more interesting than golf, innit? Professional Pokemon, yeah.
No, I think we've got an audience with golf.
Do you reckon?
Got a few golfers.
Yeah. Well, I play off 7.
Well, do you?
7, if anyone's interested. So.
17, really?
Get out, I've snapped your pen, sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm not really going to talk about golf, mate, because it's not interesting. I understand that people that like it find it interesting, but right now we've got me mum, me girlfriend, your girlfriend, and a couple of my mates that listen to it. I don't think any of them are into golf. So
fuck them off. Get new better listeners.
Well, share the pod. Pass the pod.
Yeah.
Can't do that because it's copyrighted from the Peter Crouch, the Peter Bad podcast, the Peter Bad podcast. We've got to slag them all off, lad.
We're gonna have a fucking job editing this one, aren't we? Christ.
No, this is all staying. This is decent. This. Go on.
Just while we're on the topic of boxing.
Oh, here we go. Fucking have you done boxing, have you?
Just so we don't have to keep coming back to it. Did you see that the Fabio Wardley against that Larty? Did you see the knockout for that?
No.
Fucking hell, mate. I'll pull it up and show you.
Show me,
yeah. But the fucking guy, that Larty, went down like a fucking baby giraffe, mate. It was
really?
Yeah. Yeah. It was so funny. And he took about 20 minutes to fucking get into the ring with his ring walk. Mad.
How long was it? Quick knockout?
Yeah, second round, I think.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah.
What would your ring walk be?
What do you mean? Like choreographed or what music?
Choreographed? How are you going to add that in? It's a vocal sort of podcast, lad. Well, actually, I put one foot in front of the other.
I could come out on like Nazim Hamed. He come out on a magic carpet, didn't he? I'm pretty sure I might have made that up, and if I have, I need to delete that imminently before we get in trouble for you know what.
Never mind. No, Joshua's one. Do you remember Joshua's one against Klitschko? Was it? Nah, well, I don't think it was against Klitschko. It might have been against Charles Martin, and he come out on the big fucking plinth thing and it lifted him up. Was it Klitschko? Yeah.
Do you know what, mate? Because it had his initials like,
AJ
on fire.
Yeah.
You could we were up in the fucking rafters. We only got shit tickets, but you could feel the heat from that.
Really?
All the way up. So fucking hell, he must have been sweating.
Yeah.
Seriously sweating.
Yeah. But luckily enough, he won that fight.
He did.
So
you don't
look like a dickhead. It was a great fight, that one.
Yeah, it was mad. I mean, I was half cut, didn't know what was going on.
It's not like you, that is it?
Pissed again.
Always on the lager.
God knows how many units I had. I don't know. No, it was boss. It was just chaos, mate.
Whilst we are on the topic of boxing, then we just need to answer the infamous question: Joshua or Fury?
Fury.
All day.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
I think I'm glad to see that's now become like the accepted opinion. Because
Did you see the thingy yesterday, or maybe the day before? John Fury talking with David Hay, and it's Johnny Nelson. It is, isn't it?
Yeah. It looks like a turtle.
Yeah, but did you see him? He's going, I'll bet you £1 million. That one.
Yeah.
He's how about this then? He's boss John, isn't he?
Yeah,
John Fury.
It's very funny. Isn't he going to be fighting some other fella or something?
Well, I don't know whether that was...
He called out Tyson, didn't he? Fucking hell.
Well, I don't know whether he did though, did he? Because he was like, it'd be an honour to fight the champ. You know me. I value my life less than 50 pence. Yeah. But again, he's got quite a big head, hasn't he? I wouldn't fancy digging that.
No, and he's taken some fella's eye out.
Yeah. Is that why is that his criminal record? Is it?
I think so. Yeah. He went down for
Nuts,
that,
mate. Nuts.
Gypsies, mate.
Yeah.
Different breed.
Yeah, well, travellers.
Travellers. Sorry, the mobile community.
Yeah.
Is the official.
Can't even call them travellers now.
Yeah, so get out, please. But that's another thing. That's another way of killing a good hour. Just YouTubing, bare knuckle boxing, or like gypsy fight.
I used to watch felony fights. Did you ever see any of them? Nuts, mate. You used to have to verify your age before you watched them on YouTube, and it was just like anything goes. Mad, like people bringing bars and that.
Did you ever see that Netflix program called like Dogfight or something? That was another fucking mad one in America, in like, you know, the hood kind of thing, and they just set up a ring, and two fellas just go at each other, Yeah, absolutely. And because it's obviously bare knuckle, mate, the status on the grids at the end of it, horrible, absolutely horrible. I don't know how you do that. Bare knuckle.
It's just silly, innit? I seen one. It might have been like a Vice documentary or something, and it was some fella, and he was a lawyer, and he's like in his 50s, and he was a lawyer, and he used to just turn up and have a scrap and then go back to work the next day.
Jesus Christ.
Nuts, mate.
Madness.
Mad. Right, should we get off boxing?
Yeah, we've done it to death now.
Yeah, we have.
No more boxing talk for the next 10 episodes.
Well, that's not going to work, is it?
It's not going to work, because we're going to be fucked in conversation.
This isn't a boxing podcast, though.
It's not.
It's the What Boys Talk About podcast. So, What Boys Talk About is...
Boxing.
Sex, drugs, sausage rolls.
We'll have to edit that. That's terrible.
Right.
What's next? What's next on the agenda?
What's next is the almighty Reds.
Yeah.
How good are Liverpool FC?
Dominant performance. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I know everybody has an injury crisis.
Yeah.
But to be without your two first choice centre halves for the rest of the season.
Is that out for the rest of the season?
Yeah, both of them, yeah.
Fucking
the best right back in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
Mohamed Salah, is he the best goal scorer in the Prem? I know he's not the highest, but he probably is. He's one of the most prolific, isn't he?
Probably over the past few seasons, I think he's definitely earned his right to the.
And then you come up against one of the unbeatable sides this season. Leicester have looked quality.
Yeah.
Just absolutely the most comprehensive victory.
Took them apart, didn't we?
Mad, mate.
Took them
insane.
apart.
Absolutely insane. What a team they are. What
a
team.
We are now, Liverpool are now joint top, are we?
Yeah.
With Spurs?
Yeah.
I know football.
Yeah, good lad.
I bloody love football. So who have we got next?
We are Brighton, I think. We've got... So, tough game. Should beat them. Tough game. Salah's back in training, so he's back, which is mad, because I think with it like that, with the sports or the athletes, they have to, if they test positive, they then have to have 2 negative tests, and then they can go back to living life, which is a bit mad. But
because how reliable is a test? Like that Elon Musk said the other day, didn't he? He did 4, 2 positive, 2 negative.
Yeah, but that was the quick ones, weren't they? And they said that they were only 60% reliable. I'm not convinced that the proper ones are 100% reliable, but they were the rapid ones.
Right. Okay.
So there's a little bit less face to them, but yeah.
I was going to ask you. You know, footy at the minute, no crowds.
Yeah.
Do you think not having crowds means it doesn't really matter whether a team's home or away?
Home or away, definitely not.
Just irrelevant.
I think the only benefit to playing at home now is you know your pitch, don't you? You know where you are, you know your position and well, but they're all top class athletes. They should know where they are on the pitch anyway. I think Everton, they'll struggle when the fans go back in.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, they've been good this season.
Yeah,
you can't take
anything away from them.
But I honestly think that the fans will upset them. Like,
get on the back.
I remember having an argument with an Everton fan once about Lukaku, because I'm a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
So every game.
Yeah. Every game.
So I remember watching Lukaku at Anfield when he played for Everton years ago, and I remember Jagielka absolutely levered it into his chest. Lukaku took a touch, spun, passed it out to Baines, and then got in the box, which is everything you want from your centre forward.
Definitely.
and then Baines passed it back to Jagielka, and I was just like, Salas with Lukaku, and then because he was just a magnificent player, very 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 good player, yeah. And now you look at what he's doing at Inter, and you're like, fair enough. Whereas at United again, defensive side, you know, when you're the type of player that he is, he's feeding off scraps when he's playing for United. Whereas everything goes through him at Inter. And Belgium, look at him when he's at Belgium, he's playing around the world class. He's quality, mate, absolutely quality. This is what I mean about Everton, though. They don't know a good thing. Well, not all of them, obviously, but they don't know a good thing. And I think when you go back in and they realise that James Rodriguez, who, by the way, is one of the best players ever to play the game, mad,
bold statement.
He's phenomenal.
Bold statement.
Phenomenal, but he doesn't run. He just doesn't run. So when he's back at Goodison, the park, and they're going, fucking hell, he doesn't run, lad. He's got no heart. All that.
They just need like Tony Hibbert clone or something, don't they? That's what they used to. That's what they like to see.
And there's absolutely no denying the fact that they're a good side. But I meet girlfriend's brothers, all my girlfriend's family, they're all Blues.
You got a girlfriend?
I have. Luckily, yeah. Look at me, they're good. I was talking to them. I was talking to a brother, and I was saying, like, to have the manager that they've got and not do anything is going to be difficult. They're not going to be able to do it this year because they're too far off the pace already, which is sad, I think. But they can if they another couple of quality signings, and I think that's it. I think they can definitely compete for Europe. Like, I don't think they're going to win the league for a few years. Like, but again, we don't know, do we? Good. That's football covered.
That's footy. So a bit of a one-sided conversation, isn't it, with footy? I'm not as into it as I used to be.
Au fait.
Not as au fait. So I just kind of have to make general statements.
Football Liverpool is ball, but kick a ball in the goal.
Well, if he gets it in the goal, then they'll be 1-0 up, won't they? So.
Staying on the topic of footy, you're going to get Footy Manager. It's out today.
I'll be tempted to. Yeah.
Mad though, innit?
It is. It's a bit.
You waste days on that.
It's a bit mad.
Days.
I remember, I think 2012 one, something like that. It shows you how many hours you put into it, doesn't it? It's mine. I think it was 1,200, 1,400 hours. It's just pathetic, mate. Really, isn't it? You think of all that time on what? Clicking a few buttons.
I know, mate, but it's so good.
It's satisfying. It is satisfying.
I used to work years ago, I used to work evenings.
Yeah.
So I'd go in 5 till 10.
Yeah.
And then I'd come home 10 o'clock, straight on a Footy Manager, all the way till 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Get up. Go to sleep, get up. Play on Footy Manager until I went to work. Like, obviously I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. And but it used to do all
Shag a bird. Try that.
I can't even remember how old I was. I was probably active. Let's say that. Sexually active.
Yeah, in between sorting out your training regime.
No, really, really good. They've said that they're going to let the fans back in, haven't they? So if you're in tier 1, you get 4,000 fans, and if you're in tier 2, you get 2,000 fans. I don't think you get anything for tier 3, like.
So how's it going to work then? Is it, say we're in tier 1.
Yeah.
So Liverpool can have 4,000 fans.
Yeah.
And then Chelsea. They probably won't even bother with away.
I'm worried about with away fans though.
Away fans early.
No, which again will be mad because 4,000 fans in a 50,000-60,000 seater stadium isn't a lot, is it? So you're still going to be able to wear the players, which is the interesting thing. I don't know whether you're into that, but like,
I'm not really, to be honest.
Like, did you ever watch the Amazon Prime stuff where it was like behind the scenes footage? The Tottenham one, there was a City one, there's a Barca one. Yeah, I love that.
Seen the Sunderland one.
Did Sunderland till I die.
That was mad. That was funny. That
was mad. Jack Rodwell didn't come across.
Just got to say, the most hated man in the fucking country.
Yeah. I love the. Have you seen the end of the second series? No, the end of the first series. Sorry, where Chris Coleman gets sacked.
No.
And I can't remember where it is, but Chris Coleman gets sacked and he comes out, and the fella calls him a fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm married with 4 kids. You're calling me a fucking prick. Yeah, very, very funny that. Yeah. Very good. He
squares up to him, doesn't he? I think he's boss him, Chris Coleman.
Yeah.
I got a lot of respect. I can't really remember the ins and outs of the series, but I remember coming away thinking he's a sound fella, Chris Coleman.
Yeah.
Because he always looked a bit dodgy to me. I don't know why.
What do you mean, lad?
I don't know. There's something about it. You know, you just don't like someone's face.
Yeah.
That was my first impression.
Could you not get Daddy to have a little background check on him? See what he's up to? Daddy, I don't like his face.
But now he's a decent fella. Very decent fella. Fair play to him.
Came across quite well. I like all them behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. I really do.
Can get a bit repetitive, can't it?
Do you think?
Yeah. Are they doing any more?
I think Tottenham are still filming for this. That was really good. That Tottenham one.
What's it called?
I think it's called All or Nothing.
All or Nothing.
Yeah, but they done it. It was good because they covered COVID as well and the different, like how the players. I just realised how mad that sounds. Really, really
cool.
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Didn't Liverpool start these off? Remember the one Liverpool did with Rodgers ages ago?
Yeah, that was that. This is Liverpool.
That was kind of the behind the scenes. I reckon that was kind of the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right, lads.
Trying to like brag.
Liverpool did it first.
No, that was funny though, wasn't it? About like, envelopes and all that.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be to blame or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. I wonder who was in the envelope. Probably fucking.
It would be some fucking. It would have been some fucking stupid answer. Like all of us, we're all in it together. Do you know what I mean? Some gimmicky little marketing
beautiful
trick.
Human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a look and seen what stuff was trending, didn't we, on Twitter?
Yeah.
It was not great.
Well, I looked at trending. You googled it, Grandad.
Proper boomer, like a town crier. Everybody in, stocks are up 6%.
Checking on CFAX for the latest news.
We'll have another look now and see what's going on there. Let's have a look.
Keep finger on the pulse.
Chess is an unlikely start of the pandemic. So I don't know what that is about, but we're not even going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is your fascination and admiration for the game, aren't we?
Yeah.
Why do you like chess so much?
It's just,
is it the autism?
Highly likely, yeah. I mean, I have to be honest, I've gone right off it recently.
Why?
But you know what? It's mad because I think it was that I heard some fact and it was like there's more moves on a chessboard than there is.
Oh lad, I'm bored already. I'm
particles
sorry.
In the universe.
Shut up, lad.
I don't know if you want to fact check that, but
no,
apparently that's true.
I'm not interested. Yeah. Honestly, lad. Right, let's get off chess.
Cut that out. Edit it.
No, don't. Let's keep it in so everyone can realise how much of a sap you are. That is grim. There's more moves in chess than there are particles in the air. Shut up, lad.
In the universe, actually. So get it right.
Shut up, lad. Shut up. You know, there's actually more grains of sand. Fuck off. Right. There's nothing else really to talk about, is there? We'll edit this out if there is anything.
What else is trending?
I'm a celeb.
Oh yeah, I'm a celeb.
We're going to talk about celebrities, aren't we? Right. Have you got a TikTok account yet?
No, mate. I'm not 13 years old. That's probably why.
Mate, it's the best place in the world. Everybody over on TikTok now. So, do you know any of them? Do you know any of the TikTok stars?
Addison Rae.
You know Addison Rae, yeah.
She makes good videos.
Yeah, really, really good videos. Yeah, Sarah's not too happy with that, to be honest. She hates Addison Rae.
Whipped, aren't you?
Yeah, well I'm not, because I still watch her videos. Yeah. And I still...
Respect.
Retweet her tweets, I still do it.
Addison, maybe.
Hey Addy, do you want to get on? So, I was going to give you a little bit of a bed wed dead, snug my avoid type thing.
Give me a rundown on that then.
I
don't know why I just said that. That's completely throwing you off, hasn't it? Go on.
What do you mean?
I thought you were going to tell me about TikTok.
There's not a great deal to talk about, to be honest. It's just, it's very good and you should get on it. Although, genuinely, don't get on it because the Chinese are spying on us, aren't they?
Very good point.
So,
very good point.
I was watching some documentary about that. And like the fella who invented it, or
TikTok.
Yeah, well he actually bought it. He bought Musical.ly and then turned musically into TikTok.
Yeah.
But there's, because the Americans are trying to ban it as well, weren't they? And they've got like loads of mad bans in place, but not actually banning it 100%. So they were it was like some sort of spyware that they weren't like watching you, so they weren't like as you were scrolling through aimlessly, they were like looking at your face or anything. But the more you went on it, the algorithm got better and it determined what you'd want to watch and stuff.
Wow.
And then it just sort of like took all of the information from your phone, so not like contacts, but like what size screen you had and what model of phone it was,
really?
and everything like that, and it was all a bit
scary shit.
Yeah.
And is that true? That like
yeah
verified?
And that's why, because China, was it China who banned it? No, it wasn't. It was India. India banned it, and they had the most users in the world, and they banned it completely and just said you're not using it. Scary, like really, really insane. The stuff that's going on in the world.
But you know, I don't know. I mean, all phones are like that now, isn't it? It's not
I
just
get
TikTok.
that. Yeah, I get that. These these anti-vax people.
Yeah.
Who are, well, no lads, because they're gonna get a microchip in our heads. But like they're all on Facebook, aren't they? All of them.
Exactly,
they're all on Facebook, and that's the worst one. You can,
how many times have we talked about something and then it's come up?
Yeah.
Suggested
on
our
phones. Yeah. I think it's just the world we live in, and I think unless you're doing anything wrong, like you
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying it's right, but it's the world that we live in. So you've just got to sort of get on with it. Like, are they going to be interested in me and you?
Should be. If they had any bloody sense.
Well, not me.
Sponsorship deals, please. That's what we want.
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not going to be interested in me, are they? That's
this
is what I mean about.
Do you want people listening in?
Nah, I'm not. I'm genuinely not interested, because what's going to happen?
It's a matter of principle, mate. Because the second they get the foot in the door with this kind of thing, you're not going to be able to get them out.
But they're already in, aren't they?
Yeah.
We just discovered
but it still doesn't mean it's right.
No, I'm not saying it's right, but we're at that stage now. Are you going to get the vaccine?
I'll probably let other people go
get
first.
It first, yeah. I am.
A few years,
but I don't think we've
had it. We've had it. We don't need to get it.
That's a good
point.
I mean? Yeah. The illness, the syndrome, the what's the disease?
The antibody.
Not the vaccine.
We've got the antibodies.
Yeah, we haven't had the vaccine. Just to plug that, we have not had the vaccine.
Yeah. So if any vaccines do, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll take it for a healthy son.
Yeah.
10 grand, something.
If you want us to plug it.
And as long as you say, you know, you're not going to come out looking like the elephant man, like a fella.
Well,
remember that?
Yeah.
Thalidomide,
mate.
Exactly.
The main one,
exactly.
Isn't it? It can't just be something that's untried and untested and be like, well, yeah.
No one knows what's going to happen in 6 months.
No.
What happens to you? I mean, probably nothing. And people will say, well, you're just, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But no one does. I mean, if you want to take it, I'll never say to anyone, don't do it.
Yeah. But I'm just a little bit sceptical about it for now.
I'm always sceptical. Always sceptical. I think you've got to be.
Yeah.
I think if you're not sceptical in this day and age, you're going to get fucked over.
But I also think that people take scepticism too far. And I think...
That is true.
There's a lot of things out there that you're just like... I don't know, you know.
You've got to live your life, haven't you?
What do you think of the flat earth?
I just think it's a little bollocks, mate. I know one of my mates is a flat earther.
Yeah, one of my mates is.
It's just like, you can't talk to them, mate.
Yeah.
I feel like you could take them up in a fucking space shuttle.
Yeah, and they'd
show them,
say it was planned.
and then still say, no, lad, it's a fucking projection or something.
They discount gravity, lad. They just discount it completely.
It's made up, don't they?
Yeah, because if we're all level, everything would fall anyway. That's the point. But my theory to this is, if you look at a snooker table, yeah, I know it's a bit of a mad analogy, but when the ball is literally just over the pocket to the point where it would be like nearly falling in, 6 times out of 10 gravity will pull it, and genuinely it does happen.
If you pulling these stats from?
Well, no, that was just me. That was just from what I've watched.
Yeah, bit of embellishment there.
Yeah.
Go on.
But alright, we'll say 50% of the time then, and then all bases are covered, aren't they?
Yeah.
So like sometimes it doesn't go in and sometimes it does.
Yeah.
Whereas if it was all just the same, it would always go in, wouldn't it? Or it would always stay up. There can't be like a mix of two things.
I think we're getting in over our head here, to be honest, with the physics.
Yeah. Well, let's get what's his name, Brian Cox on. See what he says.
No, he's a fucking whopper, mate.
Do you not like him?
Oh,
I think he's alright, you know.
He blocked me on Twitter, you know.
Why?
He come out with some tweet and it was like, oh, I'm trying to explain to the plumber about such and such, and I was just like, oh, shut up, you fucking win it. And then just come up, Brian Cox has blocked you.
Yeah.
Because I hate that kind of like pretend intellectualism where they think they're like amazing. Do you know what I mean?
Pretend intellectualism is a bit unfair with him, isn't it? Because he's
but it's
quite the intellect.
Maybe it's the way he delivers it, like dead smug and being like, oh yeah, I'm a scientist. It's like,
what about
fuck off.
our man, Steve Hawkins?
Dead, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but did you like him?
He was alright. Yeah. What disease did he have?
Sensory neuron disease, I think.
ME? MS?
No, he didn't have. He had an
Muscular.
it was either sensory or the other one.
Sensory
neuron disease. Yeah.
Right.
So his brain can't register pain.
Really?
In time. Yeah. So no. I think what it is like the way your brain works. It's if you were to touch like the kettle and it was hot, your brain would say move your hand, your dickhead.
Yeah.
Whereas his brain didn't have that facility. So there's motor neuron disease.
It didn't hurt him. He didn't feel pain.
No, he didn't feel the pain, but like his body would. Well, yeah, but his body, like his hand would still blister.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then motor neuron disease is the opposite. So
he feels pain, but his hand doesn't blister.
No, so his hand would feel the pain. Oh, I can't remember. It's good though. It's not good.
Let's edit that out.
Not for real. It's quite interesting. Like motor and sensory. Have a little look at it. Yeah. We'll put the. If everyone who's interested in science,
you have to make a hefty donation now. Ice bucket challenge or something.
Yeah.
No, he was good at what he did, didn't he? He was a very bright bloke.
Don't you think it's mad though that like they didn't just give him a British voice?
Yeah. Well, he's probably not. Probably had bigger lips to fry, didn't he?
Yeah, I know, but it's just a bit annoying, wasn't it? Give me your best Stephen Hawking impression.
I'm not doing Stephen Hawking impression. You do yours first.
No. Is that bad to do you think, or?
It's just a robot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like doing an impression of Siri or something.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it just in case.
Yeah, we don't want to. We've already.
Well, if we've already fucked it, we can go.
Enough, yeah.
I am Stephen Hawking.
You've done it.
Edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on the agenda?
There isn't anything on the agenda.
I'm a celeb we're going to talk about, aren't we?
Yeah, boy, it's shit, lads. Shit. It's not even worth it, I don't think.
I think that sums up what we were going to say about it anyway.
Yeah. Leave it in. Tell everyone it's shit. It's not been good for years.
Yeah.
It's not been good
so
for years.
boring. I tried watching it the other day. Like I watched a couple of episodes, but it's just literally like watching people. You may as well put up a fucking camera at Centre Parks or something and just watch people. I
think the best reality TV show is Big Brother. It's just, it's so bad. It shouldn't be allowed to happen.
Yeah.
But it makes for great telly.
Did you ever watch the one years ago with Gary Busey?
Who else was in it?
The fucking quag off Strictly Come Dancing.
You can't say that.
James Jordan. He was though. I'm not asked. Leave it in. What was he called? James Jordan.
Yeah.
He's a fucking whopper. Audley Harrison was on it. That was fucking entertainment.
Yeah.
With Busey and all them.
Yeah. Very, very, very good.
Because he was just a old fella. Did not fucking care.
Yeah.
He made one of them cry because he didn't flush the loo. He left a big shite in there. And this other fella, I don't know what he was called, some nobody, was in tears saying he doesn't poop but doesn't flush the toilet, like that, crying.
Where was he from?
I don't know, like fucking somewhere in America.
Yeah,
shit.
Great. But the celebrity one I didn't think was that good. I
prefer the celebrity one.
I enjoyed the normal one, mate, because they were also trying to make a name for themselves as well to become a celebrity. They were just nuts. Do you remember that Scottish Mikey?
Yeah, mate.
He was great. Is that Scotch bonnet? Ali a Scotch bonnet, and he's going. It's great.
Looking like a fucking lizard, didn't he?
What a mad guy he was. Remember he got into the edge of the baseball in the swimming pool. It's just so good.
What a shot. Absolute idiot.
Great.
There
was some good. Remember Pete and Nicola? They were like the first couple of series. The fella who had Tourette's and Nicola.
Very vaguely.
No, can't remember it.
Very vaguely. I remember. Oh fuck! Who was it now? We'll have to edit all this out as well. The dead Big Brother. The fucking clip when David Bowie died.
Oh mate.
David's dead.
That's some of the best telly ever. That.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And then that Tiffany, she was funny. Yeah, I don't know if you remember with the.
Was she the psycho blonde?
No, she was the black American girl.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And she come into the dining room and went, I just want to let Gemma Collins know she is a fat cunt. Like that. And it was just like, fucking hell. Imagine she going, I don't even want her Labourons. They're too big for me. She's stretched though. Like that, mad. Just nuts, mate.
No holds barred.
Yeah, really good television. That they don't even do it anymore, do they? That's the best one. Yeah,
it was, mate. Without a doubt. Just shit staring, isn't it?
But that's what it's all there. But it's just like Black Mirror, mate. It's just a human experiment where they put 12 people in a house and see how nuts they go. Just and they go very nuts, mate. Yeah.
I'd love to be one of the people who like says, right, this is what we're going to do to him this year.
Yeah.
Well, nothing sinister. It sounds really bad now.
It does sound really bad. You weirdo.
Madness. Anything else?
Should we do something really quirky, like we don't see you through the week, see you through the window?
No, let's not do that.
Okay.
Right, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
And see you next time.